Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world on the first Sunday in August. My goodness me, here we are in August. Right, so I just give a few moments for you all to join me. Okay, so it looks like I've had a bit of an explosion on my workbench here. I'm just going to get a bit closer. So today, what are we going to do today? Well, I'm going to be getting some help from the Stampin' Up catalogue. And right down here at the bottom on page 22 is some inspiration. And this is what's called a card template, where there's just a simple line sketch giving you some ideas for layouts. So since they've done a lot of thinking, I thought that we could turn some of these into real cards today. And to help me with that is a pack of paper, and it's called Iconic Celebrations. And so this explosion in front of me here allows me to show you the designs. So if you're out there, perhaps you just go ahead and say hi in the live chat on the right hand side. Just let me know that you're there and I'm not talking to myself today. If you put a comment beneath the video, I don't get to see that until I finish my live. The only thing I can see live is in the live chat. So I look forward to you letting me know you're out there. So let me introduce you to these papers. So they come in 6x6. And they're double-sided as always. And so there's this one that's got, the snowflakes, and there's sort of Christmas trees on that one, which is a nice one there. Then we've got one with acorns and dotties, polka dots. And then we've got one that's kind of a plaid, or a sort of a tartan, as we would say in the UK, with pumpkins on the back. Then we've got candy canes with fir leaves, branches. Then we've got what looks to be, I think this is supposed to be like mistletoe. And then it's got traditional green Christmas trees on the back. Now we have hearts and champagne glasses. Hey Carol, hey, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. And then we've got this one here. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but again, it looks a little bit like well, they've got berries, but they're not holly leaves, so I'm not quite sure what to say they are. And then we've got another plaid going on. Then we've got some more autumny leaves with some nice stripes going on. And then we've got candles with sort of an explosion going on. So it may have dawned on you that these are quite good for seasonals. So, we've got birthday cards, we've got maybe Thanksgiving and autumn here. I think we could probably go for Christmas with that one. Here we got Valentine, but equally it could go for a wedding card, it could go for an anniversary card. So we're going pretty well with that one. This one I'm thinking, yeah, we're pretty sure that that's Christmas. This one, the candy canes. Here we've got sort of autumn, Thanksgiving, and maybe even sort of Halloween if you didn't want to use sort of witches and black cats and stuff like that. Autumn again. This is a great one for like if you don't want to do sort of a traditional Christmas one, but if you wanted to do unusual Christmas colours, and I always like to try and do one. And this would make a great like a New Year card if you didn't get to send a Christmas, or maybe you don't send Christmas cards, then this would be a great New Year one. So I checked out the colours for this set of papers, and the colours that are in it are Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow and Pecan Pie. And so I pulled out each of that cardstock so that we could, oops, I just dropped something, just so that we could have a go. And I was thinking we might have a go at a couple of cards, maybe even time for 3, depending on how long they take. And they're not going to be terribly complicated. I think we're going to do cards that are like nice and quick to rustle up, because if we've got like some Christmas themed ones, then we might have to make a bunch of them, and so we've not necessarily got time to make very, very complex ones. So I'm thinking that I'd start with an easy one, and there's one here, and when you look at it, it is a card base. Let's make sure that you're in the screen. There's a card base, then there's a layer, and then we've got a panel, and then we've got a little banner, which is probably where we're going to do a greeting. So let's do that one. Now I'm going to try and just stick with using these ribbons on anything that we produce, and I'm just going to use rhinestones. But it started to get a bit complicated when I was looking at greetings. So I pulled out some stamp sets that we could use. And so we've got this one which has got some nice greetings, this one which is lovely, and I'm going to try and use this one for this style. So I did say we got like happy anniversary, we've got congratulations, so that's great sort of for a wedding, or maybe if somebody has passed some exams, we've got a happy birthday, we've got thank you, speedy recovery and save the date. So let's see, what should we start with? So let's go ahead and see this is intriguing me, this one. I'm wondering if we should try this one. Let's go with that one and we'll see what we get. If there's one that you've seen that you'd like me to try next, give me a shout out and we'll have a go. Right, so we've got Mossy Meadow and Moody Mauve in there, and it also looks like we've got, is that Cherry Cobbler? Might be Cherry Cobbler. Let's go with some, I've just dropped a load of stuff on the floor again. So I've got a card base. So if we were to cut a piece here, we're just gonna cut a piece that is, and I'm going to do it this way because I think that if we do with one of these, we need a bit of width. So we're going to do it that way. So that's 4, so we're going to do 4 this way by 5 1/4. So that will give us this piece here. And then we can use this piece. Maybe we can use this piece. Will that give us the effect? See, so what was the one I was looking at doing? This one here. There. So if I use this piece, this hasn't got a direction, so I think we're good on that one. And what we can do is we can either put it a layer on some mossy meadow or on the some more of the darker red. I got another piece, a smaller piece. I'm thinking I might like the red, to be honest, to give it a bit more of a pop. Should we do that? Let's do that. So it looks like I've got another card base here. I just grabbed some card out of my stash. So if we're going to use this piece now measures what, 2. So we're going to make this 2 1/4, 2 1/4, and how many bigs do we need here? How many bigs do we need here? So if we did, say, 4 1/2, maybe 4. I'm going to go for 4 1/2, so 4 3/4 for my layer, and we'll see. No, let's do 4 1/2 for the layer. Let's see how we're doing here. Now, do we think that's too big? It is, isn't it? I'm losing. So let's take that down to 4. And at the end of the day, who knows? Who knows what it should be? So how are we doing with that? Well, let's get some stuff stuck. I wonder if we should do that way. Should we do that way and put that there? Ooh. Actually, I think I prefer that. Okay, we're going to go for it. And I've just had another thought, actually. It's dangerous, all this thinking. Let's do that and do that. Now, is that too much of a muchness? Not enough contrast. I like it, but I don't think there's enough contrast. Let's just go with the flow. So as I say, these sketches give you inspiration, but you don't necessarily have to copy exact. You can. Now then, let's just go ahead and put some pretty ribbon on it. We just put a bit of silver. We were all very quiet today. Has nobody got any suggestions for what we could do here? Which ones you would like me to try next? Because I want to try and do a couple, maybe even 3, just to show that you can use your paper as inspiration. But we'll just see how we get on. Let's pop that there like that. And then we need some thing to stick it all down with. Let's see, what have I got? Oh, I got some edges here. I do like it when I got something to finish off and I know I haven't wasted my supplies. Right. And then it means I can sort of throw this piece of backing paper away and I don't have to keep it in my stash anymore. Right, let's pop that out the way. It's getting crowded again. Put that to the top and get this and put my little faux knot in there. This is one of my favourite techniques for dealing with ribbon, is this faux knot, because it makes it look like I've got a piece of ribbon nicely tied around, nice and tight around my card, and in fact I haven't at all. Right, and then I do like to put a glue dot under my little knot, because if it decides to travel, I got it all sorted out there. Okay, so let's go back. This was the one that we were talking about here. So we've got that going on. So now we're going to go for a banner. Let's see if we can get a strip of card. So I keep all my scraps. You see, I keep all my scraps. It's probably unhealthy to have that much scrap. And we're going to go with the cherry cobbler. And we'll just make this a birthday. We just make this one a birthday. So happy birthday. Because, you know, we could always, all of us can have a birthday card in our stash that we know we can use. There we go. So let's just pick up some ink there. Now, if I get my head in the shot, you'll forgive me. Ooh, I have a feeling that that's not going to be big enough. Well, let's give it a go. And if it ain't, we'll have to rethink and get a little bit of wider card that's a bit wider. Oh! Pleasant surprise, Cindy. Very pleasant surprise. Right. So we just make a little banner like that. Well, that's a bit too long, Cindy. Gonna have to rethink that one, girl. Let's just take it off a bit and do it again. In fact, if I had been smart, I'd have checked that before I actually started to put my tail in. But there you go. We're always smart in retrospect, aren't we, eh? Let me turn that over so I can see that little cut. Right. So now, do we pop it down here? Do we run it through here? Oh, I quite like that, don't you? I think I quite like the idea of popping it there. So what we can do is get some smaller these and put a bunch of them here. So what do you think to it so far, Carol? It's such useful paper, and maybe in future lives I could use some of the ones I'm not going to use today. But we've used one. We've got one card out of one sheet of 6x6, which is good. And we're going to go in for some bling. And my friend Ellie always says you want to do things in with odd numbers. So we put 5. So we've got one on there, one down there, and maybe we just pop one up there. Okay, so I've still got an inside piece to do. That's where I'll write my to you, love from me. And I can stick. You're trying to convince yourself they are chestnuts with leaves. Oh, I hadn't thought of that, because they seem to be pink. So just shows you how we look at things differently. And I'm not going to argue with you, that could just as easily be a chestnut with leaves. So we got, use that other little piece of paper up, waste not, want not. And we have our first card there. Well, actually, I'm quite delighted with that. Oh, didn't see the pink bit. Well, it's not so easy to see the pink, is it, in there? I mean, I just can't get my head around. They look like holly berries, but they're certainly not holly leaves. Okay, so one down. Let's see what we should do next time with this next one. Right, so that's the one we just did. There's one here that looks quite interesting, and I wondered about doing that one. So let's choose some more paper, another paper. Right. I think I've managed to stack everything up on itself, but never mind. All right, so we've got that combo, we've got this combo, we've got this combo there, and you probably can't see it because it's off screen. There's this one, which is this has got the we've done this one, so we'll discard that. Don't get a second look. Leaves. We got pumpkins. How about we do a quick birthday one? I've already done a happy birthday, haven't I? Okay. How about this one? Just a sec. I like that stripe. Oh, what else have I got? I missed these. Oh, stars, confetti. Oh, Easter. That would make a fantastic Easter card, wouldn't it? Look at that. It's got the dove with the olive leaf. Or if you were doing for someone of the Jewish faith, don't they have a dove with I'm ignorant. I don't know, but I do know with the blues. That would make a great Easter card. Let's see. So while till Easter, would you like me to do something with Easter, or should I stick to maybe doing a Thanksgiving? It takes a few moments to come through, so I could do a Thanksgiving, or where was the one with the? Now I've lost the plot. There's one. I wonder this time what we could do is we could use sort of 2 sheets. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a Thanksgiving one, and then if we've time, we'll go back and do another one. Okay, so we've got this, we've got Cajun craze, we've got pecan pie. That's looking a bit on the dark side, isn't it? Ooh. All right. They're nice papers. It is hard to choose, isn't it? Very hard to choose. So let's do one in this style now. Shoosh, like that. And we'll put a score up the middle. So this is just 11 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to score it at 5 1/2. And then we'll take that there. Right, so we're going to use these papers. And I'm thinking, let's clear the decks. I'm thinking we might add, I've got the head in a cupboard here, that's why my voice has gone funny. I think we might add maybe to do this. Let's add some vanilla to brighten that up. So we'll do a layer, 5 1/4, and I'll cut 2 pieces, one for the inside, one for the outside, like that. And then we'll take these papers. Now, looking at this here, if we look at this one here that I was just looking at, we've got a card, and it looks like we've got quite a bit of a border around here. So I'm thinking that maybe we've got like 3, maybe that's like 3 1/2. So that would give us, 4 1/4, that would give us 3 1/2, 4 1/4. That would give us like a 3/4 of an inch border all the way around. So if we did like this, and then we did like this, I think that lightens it up a little bit there. Right, so we get our pieces exactly the same. I'm going to cut them together. So I decided that if I did like 3.5, no, I don't like that, 3. I think that's like a 3. So we're going to cut these half of 3.5. Half of 3 is 1.5. So if we go 3, no, I'm only going to need a 1.5 inch strip because I only need, right. So we've got that. So if I put that side by side, that gives me a nice border. That gives me a 1/2 inch border. So I need a 1/2 inch border top and bottom. And when I look, this is like squares. So I'm going to cut 2 squares off. So it's 1.5. So I'm going to cut a 1.5 inch piece off of each. Like that. And then that piece will go there, and then that piece will go there. So that needs to be, let's go again. I said 1/2 inch, didn't I? So if I need a 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch top and bottom, so 1/2 inch and then 1/2 inch there. That means that I have to cut this 1/2 inch. I think I need to cut this. I'm going to cut it at 3 to start with because I can already always trim off. There's a lot of thinking, isn't there? But, you know, I'm just thinking on my feet because I hadn't really thought about. Oh, Cindy, you're a nana. You're a nana. You've made it much too difficult for yourself. So that's 5 1/4. So 1/2 inch here would make 4 3/4. And 1/2 inch would be 4 1/4. So the total length of that is 4 1/4. And I think I've probably messed this up. Yeah, so that's 4 1/4. So let's just, if I'd have thought about it, I could have just cut it the length and then just cut a piece off. But hey, I didn't. So we need to cut this down by this needs to cut down by 1/2 inch. So let's see if we take a 1/2 inch off of this, see where we get. This is messy. I could have done this a lot cleaner. But hey, it is what it is, and we are where we are, and we're still not in the right place. So 5 and mental arithmetic on a Sunday, that doesn't really work, does it? How are you all doing out there? Are you enjoying watching me struggle with the math? All right, let's do this. We're going to pop that there, like that. And we're going to pop this here so that it's 1/4 inch away from the bottom. 1/2 inch rather, 1/2 inch from the bottom. So that means that we have got to cut about that much off. Another inch. So if we cut an inch off of both of them, I'm trying to do it the bits together so that they are going to be the same. I'll take an inch off of there. we're nearly there. We're nearly there, folks. Oh. That's what I was looking to do, Cindy. So we need to just take a tiny little, a tiny extra, little tiny piece off of here. And we'll make sure that the next one's easier, shall we? You're definitely going to make sure that the next one is easier. I think we did the hard one. Maybe we could do that. Right, I'm going to leave that like that now. That is what we're going to work on. We're going to top that up there. Like that. And this is going to go like that. Right, let's get this stuck down. And we'll see. It's a shame that this isn't more of a contrasting colour. Never mind. It is what it is. And we're going to make it work for us. It goes that way. Yep. There. So since we struggled to get that cut correctly, I'm just going to trim that even further down and just make it like a 1/4 of an inch. Let's see, what did I do there? Did I line it up with that? I did. I'm going to do it that way again. Right. Not as impressed with this one as I was with the other ones so far, but well, maybe that's not so bad, is it? Now, none of these, oh, I suppose I could put a gold ribbon. Couldn't I put a gold ribbon on Thanksgiving? Let's see. So I didn't want to use too many different ribbons. But having said that, I've got this one here, which is lovely. It's got like pecan pie. Maybe I could run that down. Have you had any more thoughts out there? What you'd like? My last paper that I'm going to use. Do you want a Christmassy one? stack that up on some dimensionals here. Okay, and then I do one more, and then I've got a little bit of news to share with you, so hang fire for that. Okay, so let's look at the model. So here we go. That's the one that's the sketch that we've been following. So we've got that going on. And so I've got that strip of ribbon, which I suppose is in place of that little piece there. But let's see what I have got in. So it's using leaves, but I've got I'm thankful, there's that there with a grateful heart. Doesn't necessarily, I suppose, need to have a Thanksgiving type greeting. But okay, let's just use this one. With a grateful heart. Let's see if I can find it. No, because it's all upside. There it is. Oh, clearly I'm thankful. Maybe should we do I'm thankful? Doesn't look like I've used I'm thankful before. Let's use that one. What else? Okay, nobody else got anything to share with me today? Any thoughts, any questions? Are you loving this? Right, I'm just going to, because I haven't used this one before, this stamp, I'm just going to use just use a little clean for a minute, because sometimes I find with those brand new stamps, they've got the tiniest bit of maybe machine, oil on them, and they don't always stamp well. Right, so shall we go for some pecan pie? The first year that my husband and I were in the States, which was 2001, we arrived in October, the end of October, just before Thanksgiving. And of course, Thanksgiving isn't a holiday that we recognise in the UK, so it was all new to us. And everybody kept saying to me, oh, pumpkin pie, you need to have pumpkin pie. So I found a recipe and I made pumpkin pie, and my poor husband didn't like it at all. And so I thought, well, I can't waste it. So the following day, I put some pecans on the top and sprinkled some brown sugar, and then just sort of popped it under the broiler, or the grill, as we would say in the UK, but not a barbecue grill. It's what we call it. It's the broiler, and it had a nice sort of toasted topping on it, you see. And I thought, oh, that would work. Well, he didn't like that either. And he said, well, next time could we just have the pecans? And so I then discovered that you can do pecan pie at Thanksgiving. So that's what we do, is have the pecan pie. Hello, Sally. Nice to see you. So we're making some fairly simple cards today, Sally, but we're using some papers, some of the papers that are in I'm gonna pop it like that. Some of the new papers, and we're using the sketches in the catalogue, and I'll show you what we've done so far if you haven't been able to catch up with me. So there we've got I'm Thankful. I will do a middle piece in there, but I'll do that later. Do we need some? We need some bling, don't we? So we'll go ahead and we'll put some. I'm only going to put 3 on this time. There we go. And so there's our second one, using the papers. So shall we, let's see, what shall we do last? So here we've got our papers. So I'm really tempted to do this one. But there's this would make a cute Christmas card. What could we use on the other side? Any suggestion? So that's a bit boring. I mean, this would make a nice background piece. Right, so we need to think, I'm going to just do a quick one to finish because we've been going nearly 45 minutes and I don't like to go beyond that hour. So, this one, I like this one with stripes, but I don't want to go to all that business with me working it all out again. There's one here that's a great one for scraps. If you've got a lot of strippy scraps, you could do that one. We've done that one, so let's see. There's one with a nice big circle. Well, maybe we could do that. Should we do that one? Let's do that one. Right. So we need to choose a paper first. Oh, I tell you what I've got. Look, this. Now this is from the 3-color glimmer paper. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see what we've got or fit in a circle. We could do another birthday card, but I don't want to do another birthday card. I've forgotten what the picture looks like now. We were going to do this one, weren't we? We're going to just go through a big old circle, but we're going to, don't need that anymore. Well, kindness, hope your day is a happy one. Hope you're feeling better soon. Yeah, we don't want glimmer paper on the feeling better. Well, I'm just going to let's just do this birthday one. We'll just do this birthday one. It's a nice birthday in this stamp set. And what we can do is we can look to see what size circle it will go in. That's 1 3/4. That's too big. I don't like that one. Don't want it too big, do we? Okay, I know what we're going to do. Let's do a thank you. Let's just do a thank you. Looks like I haven't used this thank you, so I'll put the backing on later, and we'll see. I think we can do a smaller circle with that. We can. I don't want it to be overwhelming. So I think where's my circles? Now you would normally use I think these, if I'm honest, these are retired, these punches. But we've got circle dies I can use that would give the same effect. Right. So we're going to cut a nice big circle out of this glimmer paper, and we're going to take some, here I go, put my head in the cupboard again to get some paper out. We're gonna stamp a greeting on there, excuse me. I beg your pardon. What did I say I was going to use paper-wise? We haven't made a decision, had we? I just wanted to use... See, this is nice with the stars. You all aren't being very helpful today. I was looking for you to give me some inspiration on what we could use. What did I say thanking you? That's a lovely congratulations. This would be, you could use this on there, couldn't you? You could make this design and use this like happy anniversary or congratulations instead of the happy birthday that I used. That's what you could do with that. And maybe I will have a go at that at some point. What other colours did I... Oh, I have got a blue. Maybe I could do a blue. Oh, maybe that would be a good... Right, let's do that. Where's my trimmer? We'll just make a straightforward card base, and we'll just score this at 4 1/4 inch. Oh, well, that's not very helpful. The scoring blade fell out. Let's just put a big old chunk of this on there. So we do 4. I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did on the first one, I think. Just because I think that looks good, doesn't it? And let's face it, change up the colours, and the other side of this is going to be a good one if you wanted to do like a girly card. I've kind of got waylaid into a birthday from I'm thinking more of a birthday now than a thank you, but hey, let's get this cleared out of the way because I can't see the wood for the trees now. And I've lost my sparkly circle. Right, so if we do Misty Moonlight, we'll do this in this ink because that's the base colour on my card. There we are, a nice thank you. And this needs to be a bit smaller one. I might have to punch myself another circle. Right. You know, I just had something else. Oh. Okay. What did I do with the other piece of that glue? There it is. Let's do this. This is going to be slightly different, but I just saw another one and I'll share the picture with you in a minute because like that. And if you look really carefully, this has got green and it's got this colour in it as well. So I'm thinking that I could, and I've lost it, so I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm going to cut another one of these out of the glimmer paper, and I'll find it, and I'll use the other one, and I'll perhaps use it on an artist's trading card. We'll just have to see. And where did that go? There's the silver. I don't want the silver. I don't want that. This is what I want. Now, this is what I saw here. I saw this one here with these circles. And that's what made me think we'll change it up a little bit. And maybe we'll do a bigger circle. Here. So we'll make this. This is going to be quite a luxurious thank you card, but at the end of the day all we've done is use some paper, ink and some stamps, but look at this lovely luscious bow. Right, let's get some of this stuck down. So I'm going to stick these two flat like that. I'll stick that one flat as well, like that. And then we pop these ones up on some dimensionals. Right, so what I was going to share with you is that my husband and I are going to be away for a few weeks. We're going on vacation, so I won't be doing a Sunday live for a few weeks. And you know, I have been so thrilled that I have got you to join me, and I feel quite bad about now that you found me and you're watching me on Sundays that I won't be here for a few weeks, but I will be back and I'll share some adventures with you. But I have got my my videos coming. I will still be blogging. I've been working like a fevered beaver to make sure that I've got lots of things to share while I'm away. If you haven't come across my artist trading cards, they're little quick, like 5 maybe 10 minute videos that I do, and I've also got my junk journal adventure that I have been working on, and I'm going to be using that while we're away. So there will be lots of new things for you to enjoy while I'm gone. So there we are. So we started with a pack of paper, and we started with You're Allowed a Holiday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We booked this holiday in May of 2023. So we've been waiting a long time to do this one. So although I did start with this one, I moved it on to this one because I just loved all those circles being stacked up. So this is what we've ended up with. So we've used, this was one sheet of paper, back and front, with the birthday. This was using two different designs, and we've just sort of stacked up, and I'll finish that. And then this one, again, we've used the backs and the fronts, and we've got this lovely thank you. And I think, on reflection, that would make a great birthday card. I really do. Okay, so there we are. I do hope that you've enjoyed working through these, and it's given you some inspiration about what to do with paper. Always look to your paper first to see some colour inspiration, and then remember the catalogue. And you know, even if you don't have access to the catalogue, it's available online. There's a link on my blog, but you can always, like, Google or whatever browser you use, search engine you use, card sketches, and you come up with loads, hundreds of them, and then you can start from there and just put your own twist on them. So thank you very much, Sally. I appreciate you very much for joining me, for choosing to spend some time with me today, as always. And I will see you in a few weeks. If you have enjoyed, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I certainly appreciate that, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you, Carol. Thank you very much.